DraftKings online gambling. I think that's what they do. Actually, you know what? I never traded DraftKings before, but I have a friend of mine who trades DraftKings all the time. And he doesn't trade options on DraftKings, he just trades stocks. So this video goes out to you, Joe. I'm going to walk through screen by screen using my platform and show you literally how you are missing the boat if you are only trading stock and you are not trading options. Let's jump right in. Okay, so here's a chart of DraftKings, and right off the bat, we're going to see it took a plummet the past few days. Oh my gosh, it dropped like a rock. So let's look at selling a put on DraftKings. Now, what does selling a put on DraftKings mean? All it means is that we're going to commit to buy shares if it goes lower. If it doesn't go lower, we don't buy the shares. But either way, we get paid to make that commitment. Why in the world would you buy stock and pay retail price instead of selling a put? Here's an example. Let's say I like DraftKings, right? And I want to buy some shares. Why would I go to the market and pay retail price? It's kind of like going to buy my 911 at the Porsche dealer and paying sticker price. No, I want to get a discount. This is how you get a discount. So check it out. We're going to look at our options chain. So strikes are down the middle. The strike is just the price at which you're committing to buy the shares if it drops below that price before the contract expires. Now, we're only going to look at 1 week contracts, people. You can go out 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 months, whatever. You can do that. I personally don't like to do that because I don't want to tie up my capital for extended periods of time. I don't know what the market's going to do. I'm not a fortune teller. Maybe it goes up, maybe it goes down. I have no idea. I want to make money no matter where it goes. Here's how you do that. So, for example, let's say I'm our friend Joe and he wants to buy some DraftKings. Instead of going to the market and buying, let's say 1,000 shares or 100 shares of DraftKings or whatever he does, he probably buys 10,000 shares. I don't know. But instead of doing that, I'm going to sell a put. I'm just going to show you how to sell one put, right? Now, right now, DraftKings is trading at $33.20 per share. So I'm going to look at a 31.50 put. So 31.50 is saying I'm only going to buy the stock if it drops more. Now, remember, it dropped like a rock the past few days, but I want to get it on a fire sale, right? So this particular contract last traded at 21 bucks. So I'm committing to buy 100 shares at 31.50 if the stock drops below 31.50 before October 10th. If it doesn't drop, I don't buy the shares. Either way, I keep the 21 bucks. Is that a good deal? I don't know. Let's check it out. Let's just use a simple calculator and let's see what the math tells us, right? So I'm going to divide $21 divided by, I'm committing to buy 100 shares at 31.50 if it drops below 31.50. So my capital required to make this trade is $3,150. I'm holding the trade for 4 days, right? 4 days. And then I multiply times 252 because there's 252 trading days per year. That gives us an annualized rate of return of 42%. Now, that's not so bad. I don't know. I never traded DraftKings. Typically, I try to shoot for 100% or more. If we go a little bit closer to the money, we're going to get paid a little bit more. Let's check that out. Let's say DraftKings is $33.20. And I really like the stock as an example, and I want to sell a $33 put. Instead of buying shares on the open market and paying $33.20, I'm going to sell a $33 put. It last traded at 47 bucks. Now I'm going to divide 47 divided by 3,300, which is the capital required to make the trade. That's my rate of return over the next 4 days because today is Tuesday. This is an October 10th contract. So I'm going to divide by 4 days, and then I'm going to annualize it out to get my annualized rate of return. There's 252 trading days per year. Now I'm making 89, almost 90% on my money. Guys, why keep your money in mutual funds and be happy with the 8, 10, 15%? Oh my gosh, if they do 20%, they want you to kiss their feet when you could do 90% on your own. Worst case scenario, DraftKings drops below $33. I buy 100 shares. Well, guess what? If I like the stock anyway, no big deal, right? I'm okay buying 100 shares. Also, the icing on the cake, if I have to buy those shares, I turn around and I sell a covered call against it. Let's take a look at what those are trading at. Let's say I buy 100 shares right now at 33.20 per share, right? The 33, there's no 33.50 call, but there's a $34 call, and that last traded at $44, right? I'm going to divide $44 divided by how much do I have to put up in order to make the trade. If I'm buying 100 shares, I'm spending $3,320 if it's 33.20 per share. I'm making about 1.3% over 4-day period. Remember, once the contract expires, that's it. There's no more risk on this particular trade. So I'm dividing that by 4 and I'm multiplying that by 252 trading days in a year. And I'm getting my annualized rate of return of 83%. Guys, do you see how powerful options trading can be? I'm going to reiterate. Why would you go buy stock on the open market and pay retail when you can sell a put and only buy the stock if it goes on sale? And you're paid to do that. So you're paid money to commit to buy a stock that you like anyway on sale. There is nothing better. Oh my gosh, I'm losing my voice. There is nothing better than trading options. You know why? You create yourself income from week to week. You don't have to go to some goofy job that you probably don't like anyway and have to get up at a certain time and do what your boss tells you to do. You can do it from anywhere in the world. You don't have any customers and you don't have any employees. There is nothing better. Hit me up in the comments and tell me, do you like this video? What do you think about DraftKings? You want to see me walk through a different stock? Subscribe to my channel. I'm putting up a video each and every single day. Anyway, I hope this helps. Cheers for now.